Daniel Bernard asks, how much money would you suggest trading with in your portfolio for a decent return weekly or monthly? Would your goal be percentage or dollar amount? Thank you for all the knowledge. You're welcome, my friend. If you want to make, it just depends. You can get funded as a trader fairly easily. And it depends on what your monthly expenses are going to be, right? I think that if you can set yourself a target of 5% ROI per month, you're going to be performing very well in the cryptocurrency markets. And so you just need to figure out what number your monthly income needs to be a portion of that. This can get a little bit more complicated if you start looking at, any kind of passive income that you have, any kind of other returns that you have. But the multiple markets that we the multiple markets that we trade give us multiple opportunities. So I think that if you want to make a go of living a standard American middle income, middle level income, which is going to be anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000 a month, then you're going to want at least, depending on how aggressive you're being, you're going to want at least $100,000 in your trading account. Now, the nice thing about cryptocurrency is that you can come in here with lower capital, with $5,000 to $10,000, right? And very quickly, once you have a good trading system under your belt, increase that capital pretty quickly, right? Increase that capital pretty quickly, especially if you do other things with it, especially if you allocate investments. All of these things begin to pay off after several years, right? Anybody that's entered into crypto, it doesn't matter when they bought. If they just would have bought some and held some cryptocurrency, they could have realized gains, right? A couple altcoins excluding. But that's the reality. That's the reality of the situation. Anybody that was slightly savvy with their investments has been able to realize profits over them. And we're going to see that number change as well. Throughout history, anybody that's bought a Bitcoin high has only had to wait like 3 years and they've been rewarded with a new high, right? So the same thing is going to happen with individuals who bought at 19,000. Long may they rest in peace, but one day they'll be validated and liberated. This is just the way the parabolic markets go. I think very similarly for a lot of our altcoins as well. I think that there's quite a lot of juice left in store for them. So with that being said, I think that you can absolutely start trading with $5,000 to $10,000 and make good returns. In fact, I've seen individuals trade with $5,000 to $10,000 and meet those levels, meet those quotients, especially with the opportunities and volatility allowed in cryptocurrency, or that's available in cryptocurrency. And I think that if that is the capital that you're starting with, I think that what you can do is the way that we trade anyways, which only requires, half hour to an hour a day. Once you learn the system, once you kind of build that in, you can start just as I did. You can kind of start that tiptoe process of like tiptoeing out of your full-time job and into trading full-time. And the year or 6 months or 2 years that it takes to kind of to do that, to kind of tiptoe off and start to, increase the amount of capital that you're trading with from your profits, and also become more confident and consistent and diligent and disciplined in your system, it's going to make you feel much more confident about that transition, right? So it's a transition period. The first thing that the way that it starts though, is you start trading. You sit down, you build a rules-based system, you paper trade it, you back test it, you paper trade it, you live trade it with capital, and then you see it work for you. And then you ease into that system and you inject more capital into that system, because here's the thing about trading. When people don't know that they're going to make money, they're very conservative about how much money they put into it. But once people start to see the gains for themselves and see that they're consistent and see that they perform in upside and downside and bull markets and bear markets, once they have a trading system that covers both sides of those, that handles both sides of that for them and keeps them protected and keeps them consistently profitable, then you begin injecting more capital into it with confidence for good reason. And my goal is always dollar amount.